When you think of castles in Northumberland, you usually think of battles and old 1,000-year-old castles, but I'm at Kielder Castle, something that's a lot different to what you'd expect. This is one of the darkest places in the whole of Europe, so tonight we definitely need to get the night vision cameras out.
Kielder is a very small and remote village in the far north of England and sits just 2 kilometres from the border with Scotland and lies just inside the county of Northumberland, with Cumbria not being far to the west. It is also known to be the darkest part of Europe and the 4th darkest area in the world, not because of its ghostly legends, but because of its protected status from the Dark Skies Association due to its lack of light pollution. Because of this remote location at night, you can experience a true dark night sky. And for this reason alone, our night vision cameras are very important on the night of the investigation. It's also a good reason why Kielder Observatory is one of the best places in the Northern Hemisphere to stargaze. A real contrast when we were filming in Iceland last year and we did our ghost hunt under the midnight sun. According to the 2011 census, about 200 people live in and around Kielder, a small settlement that has built up since the castle was built in 1775. There is evidence of ancient settlements believed to be the Votadini who lived in this area up until the time of the Roman invasion of Britain. There are ancient burial sites deep in the Kielder Valley to prove this. The castle at Kielder was built for the Duke of Northumberland as a hunting lodge. One thing to note, however, is that Kielder was a completely different place to what it is now. There was no forest back then, as this was only started in the early 20th century to become Europe's largest man-made forest. Before then, this area was largely barren moors. Kielder Water was only built in the 1970s at the expense of a few small villages that were lost during its construction. Despite popular legend, there are no lost villages at the bottom of the lake. When the castle opened, it became a popular hangout for the Duke and many of his rich and wealthy friends. You can only imagine what kind of parties and social gatherings would have taken place in this very male-dominant environment. So who haunts the castle? There are several disturbing legends that have been told over the years, starting with that of Sir Hugh Percy, the 3rd Duke of Northumberland, who inherited the estate. He is said to have insisted that any servant who ever fell pregnant while at the castle must be sacked immediately. However, one young servant by the name of Marie was having a secret relationship with one of the Duke's footmen and soon fell pregnant. If she lost her job, she would be penniless and without a place to live and a baby to look after. She decided to confess her secret to Lady Charlotte Clive, the mistress of the Duke, and together they decided to hide all evidence of Marie's pregnancy. She would wear clothing that would hide her ever-growing bump, and the Duke suspected nothing. However, the baby was stillborn, and Marie was destroyed by this, but it was important to hide all evidence that this pregnancy occurred. It is said that Lady Charlotte removed the dead baby and one night placed it into this fire in the Great Hall, cremating it until it was just a pile of bones, which were then crushed into ash. The next morning, Marie cleaned out the fire, unaware that she was sweeping away the remains of her dead child. One rumour even goes as far as saying that the baby was not stillborn, but born as a healthy baby, only to be killed in order to hide an innocent secret. Several people have experienced paranormal occurrences in this area of the castle. A ball of light has been reported around the fireplace, as well as the sound of a baby's cry. Sadly, this part of the castle is now part of the cafe and not available during paranormal investigations. The ghost of Lady Charlotte, however, has been seen all around the castle. Despite dying in London, she is buried in Westminster Abbey. And this isn't the only tragic story of a servant living in the castle. The servants' living quarters are said to be haunted by the ghost of a maid called Emma, who committed suicide by jumping into the castle's well and drowning herself. She was left heartbroken after hearing the news that her lover was lost during the Boer War. It is her ghost that has been seen at the window of an upstairs bedroom, staring out at people below, as well as stood beside the well that she killed herself in. A senior groundsman called Edward Ball had a room at the top of the castle in Attic 2 so that he could see the full area that he was in charge of. He was a strict man and feared by everybody that worked here. Other stories swirled around that he would also abuse young boys at the castle. He was found dead one day in bed, and his official cause of death was natural circumstances, but it's also said that a group of boys sneaked into his room at night and smothered him to death, something that no coroner would be able to notice back in the 19th century. Many mediums have picked up on a man by the name of Edward, and he is also said to push people who enter what was once his former living quarters. Tragedy struck a guest staying here in the early 1800s. Anthony Green was lodging at Kielder Castle when on a hunting trip one day he aimed his flintlock rifle at a stag, only for the gun to malfunction and it exploded in his face, taking half his skull off. A man with half a face has been seen many a times in the local area outside of the castle and is a popular legend in the village of Kielder itself. Another ghost picked up here is said to be a man on a horse who was seen in the area outside the front of the building. Could this be the ghost of Brewery Jack, a smuggler who used to sell smuggled goods around Northumberland, only to be caught and hanged from a tree directly in front of Kielder Castle alongside 5 of his associates? There are also some former stables here with paranormal activity reported inside. Today they serve as a cinema projector room for school visits, but a dark figure has been seen standing in the doorway and a strong smell of horse manure usually sensed coming from the far corner of the room, usually before experiences of the paranormal kind. Staff working at the castle have experienced all kinds of paranormal activity, from full apparitions, shrieks and ghostly voices. It's no wonder that the old attic living quarters is a place that nobody wants to be on their own. After years of being derelict, Kielder Castle was sold to the Forestry Commission in 1932, and with the growth of Kielder Forest, the landscape is now completely different to how this place once would have looked. The building has been restored and has been well maintained, so it can be used for education visits. Rooms have been modified for learning, and the building no longer feels like the old castle that it once was. But that's not to say that the ghosts of those strongly linked to the place don't continue to linger here. As early as 2020, plans for future paranormal investigations are unclear. Much of the upstairs areas have been stripped out for renovation later in the year as the castle prepares to move into the next chapter of its history. Whether this means the end of ghost hunting here, that is not clear, but many people believe that these kind of modifications can encourage more paranormal activity. So for now, pull the duvet covers up, switch the lights off, and enjoy the last ghost hunt at Kielder Castle. So welcome along, we are here inside Kielder Castle in Northumberland, getting ready for what I've been looking forward to for a long time. I've wanted to get in this place for such a while now. Kielder is not your usual castle that you would have around here in Northumberland, especially so close to the Scottish borders. You would expect to find castles built for battle, built for keeping the Scots out, keeping the intruders out. Castles that have been here for over 1,000 years. Castles like Chillingham Castle, Bamborough Castle, and the list goes on. But this place is different. This was built in the late 1700s as a hunting lodge for the Duke of Northumberland. So it's got a slightly different type of history to it, and don't worry, it's got some cracking stories about it as well. So I'm starting off in what I was told would have been one of the old hunting lodges. This was for the Duke. This was the Duke's room downstairs where you can imagine at the time this was a gentleman's club. This was a club where the rich and the powerful, if you like, would have been hanging out, playing games, playing cards and whatever. Obviously now you're going to see that Kielder Castle has been taken over by the Forestry Commission, so you've got little exhibitions like this that talk about the wildlife in this part. But don't get me wrong, this room, when we see over here, still has original fireplaces, paintings on the wall. Let's look at this one. I don't know if you can see that through the night vision. The plaque, the little plaque that would have the name, is unfortunately blank, so I can't tell you. And then there, if you can see that, visited by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, that's Prince Charles, to Kielder Forest on the 29th of June 1993. So let's just have a little wander. I'm going to take you to a place where activity does get reported in it's total darkness. We've got the building locked down in complete darkness tonight. You can see on the wall we've got like a mural depicting like a countryside scene. There's a farmer, and then over here the forest. This is what Kielder is known for. Kielder Forest, the largest man-made forest in the whole of Europe. So I'm just going to go through here. Dark skies, bright stars. So obviously they get school trips in, they get children coming in, so there's obviously going to be things here. It's changed a lot since this was built as a hunting lodge, but obviously if you believe that spirits stay connected to things, then why not? Why not? There is an observatory not too far from where we are, but this is like this is a former stables where we are, by the way. So you can see up there, there's a projector screen. So that I imagine up here they would show, there's a projector up there. They show things in here, maybe presentations. But this was a former stables. Now I know you're not picking up the walls here because I'll stand next to the wall. It is black, so that's why it looks like it's just total darkness. We are in a black room, but this was the stables. Paul from the group took me around here before. He reckons over in this corner where I'm heading now is where most of the activity in here gets picked up. It's not really picking up well. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll change cameras, we'll come back, because it's not really picking up here in the night vision. So hopefully this will work. I think that's a lot better. I think not having night vision is actually quite a good thing. It's so dark, but you can see the walls here are painted black. So they obviously show things in this room, maybe to do with the stars, the planets. Let me just get you a full. There's the projector screen over there, and obviously the projector right up there. So I'll show you where we've come from. So through here you've got obviously the displays that we had and I walked through earlier on. So I've been told that over in this area over here, and you know when it's going to start to kick off, I've been told, when you get the smell, the dreaded smell of horse manure. I think that's the best way to put it. Usually that's a sign, let's put another torchlight on, that's a sign that we are going to get stuff happening in here. Now this room, as I say, was part of the stables here in Kielder Castle. So let's get this started then and see if we can get something coming through. Now it's unfortunate that this week I've had a bit of a cold, so nose is a little bit blocked up, so I don't know if I'll smell anything, but let's try. So just asking if there's anyone in here, any spirit people, any spirit animals who would like to make contact with me tonight. Please do so. Please make a noise first of all, just to welcome me, to let me know that you're here. Can you make a noise with your mouth? Make a noise you can tap on a wall like this, just to let me know that your presence is in this room and you're happy to contact me. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get some of the kit out. Oh, did I see an orb? I did. This is the K2 meter, and the K2 meter works as you would expect it to, as we've done in previous investigations. When you get a little bit of activity, when you pick up an electromagnetic field, then the K2 flashes. Obviously, the stronger it goes towards the red section up there, and it's measured in milligauss. So if you come near me, I'm going to hand it in this corner. Oh, there, look, did you see that? If that was you, come and touch this grey box that's in my hand. It definitely went onto the yellow one. So that's probably looking at. There we go. There we go. Now I don't think there's anything in here. We're not getting a constant. If that was you, please come and touch this box. Make it flash. Go a little bit further along. Bones cracking. I apologise. It sounds really silly talking to what many people believe could be a horse in here, or maybe a servant. You know, servants would have worked in this section, cleaning out the stables. If there is somebody in here, come and touch this K2 meter. I'll put it in the corner. Just going a little walk around. Sometimes you do pick up on little things. Sometimes you catch little flickers of light. I'm just going to go through here. And again. If there's anybody in here tonight, please make contact. Let me know of your presence, that you're here. A little fire exit door there. Let me know that you're in here. I'm not getting much off the K2 tonight. There was a little flicker in this corner before. If you're here, bring yourself towards this corner of the room. Touch this in my right hand. I'm not getting a lot from it. I'll tell you what, we'll switch the K2 off. I'm going to try the spirit box. So I've got a spirit box here. Now many people who are new to the paranormal world and exploring will know that, or might not know what the spirit box is used for. Now what this can do, it's basically just a radio that's designed to scan through radio frequencies, and it can pick up on different frequencies that's in the atmosphere. Now many people believe that that means it can pick up on spirit activity. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to turn the device on first of all, and there we go. It's scanning. So let's ask a question. Is there anybody with me in this room tonight? Please talk to me. Come on. Please speak if you're here, if you're in the stables. Let me know you're here. Just say hello. Anything you can. Let me know your name. Let's go through a little bit faster. Do you haunt this room? Are you someone who worked in the stables? One of the things, the advantages of a spirit box out in this part of the world is that you don't get many radio stations out here. You do lose a lot of frequency. We are in the middle of absolute nowhere. Did you work in the stables? Is your name Charlotte? What about Marie? Come on, please talk to me. Can you say hello? Let me know you're here with me. You're in this room with me. Did you die in Kielder? Is there anything you would like to say? Would you like me to not be here? Would you like me to leave? Come on, please talk to me. Okay, turn that off a second. I've just noticed, quite alarmingly, already we've been recording in here for about 12 minutes and I have lost 1 bar of battery already on the camera out of 4. A quarter of my battery on this camera has gone in 10-11 minutes of recording. That is not normal. That is quite alarming actually, because we're here all night, so I might have to go and plug up and charge up. But I'm going to leave the stables here and see what else we can find.
Seeing the camera lose so much battery charge in such a short period of time was actually quite alarming. Next, I headed up to an old attic space which was once part of a former gentleman's club. see where we are. So as you can see, this is like a storage part. I'm just going to go through, and oh, they do keep a lot of stuff in here. Obviously, to the castle's current use, it's currently used as a. This is obviously an off-limits section that's not used by members of the public, but was once part of this hunting lodge. So who would have had this room? But we might as well have a little vigil, have a little explore, and see what we've got. We've got stairs. We've got stairs going up here. Let's have a little look. In fact, I'll ask some questions at the bottom here. If there's anybody in here with me tonight, please let your presence be known. Like I say, I come not to interfere or do any harm with you. I just want to simply know that you're here. So if you're standing a bit that's not going to make a noise in here. Let me know that you're with me tonight. Are you linked in any way to Kielder Castle or Kielder itself? Are you Charlotte? Make a noise. Please just let me know. You can tap on my shoulder, you can blow in my ear, anything, just let me know of your presence in here. There's a few ghosts said to haunt this place. We've talked about Sir Henry Percy's wife, Charlotte, who roams all over the place. She's been seen in pretty much most areas of the building. She's known as the Grey Lady of Kielder Castle. But if you're with us tonight, Charlotte, or even Sir Henry himself, I know it's got bloody freezing in here, absolutely freezing. The story goes that up in Marie, the maid's room, she got pregnant. It was an upstairs, downstairs sort of affair, but at the time Sir Henry wanted absolutely nobody to be pregnant whilst working for him here at Kielder. It was a case of she found out, or people found out she was going to have the baby, she was gone. So Charlotte, Sir Henry's wife, helped her disguise the baby, helped her disguise the bump, and obviously sadly, as you heard in the story earlier on, it was stillborn. And whatever happened to that baby's body, the remains, we believe it was put under an open fire. Who knows? If there's anyone in here, are you Charlotte? We've got another servant as well who haunts this place. What about Edward Ball, a hunter who came and stayed at Kielder Castle? He was the groundsman actually, who looked after this place. He was a horrible guy, mistreated a lot of boys, a lot of servants. He apparently follows people around this place. Are you Edward Ball, the man who follows people around and was abusive? It's gone freezing. It's gone absolutely perishingly cold in here. It's gone cold. Another ghost who haunts around here is that of Anthony Green. He was shooting in the 1800s, aimed at a stag using a flintlock rifle. Mishap, and he ended up blowing half his face off. He's been seen in the grounds around Kielder Castle. Oh, I saw an orb. I don't know if it came out on camera. I saw it off screen, but I saw an orb. Just go through. Tell you what, let's head up a little bit of a roam upstairs as we go up. This is so creepy. This is so creepy. Let's go up. As you can see, it's not very well maintained at the minute. Oh wow. Let's get up here. Wow, look at this. Let's explore. We've got chairs used for storage. I'm told there's bats up here as well. So if we hear a little bit of a flutter, I think you can see where the bats have been, because that hasn't been cleaned. So we are pretty much up in the attics at the minute of this beautiful building. Let's ask out again. Is anybody with me tonight, making a presence? Who can hear my voice? Who knows I'm here? Let me know. Make a noise, make a tap, make a bang. Just let me know that you're with us in Kielder Castle. Tonight on Dead Air, I'm drawn over here. Drawn over here. This really is it's very strange, because what is that? It's like a map of Kielder. Oh wow. So you can see where we are. Right there. Let's just focus on that. It just shows you where the Kielder Reservoir goes, where the river goes around it. Going back through here. Is anybody with me? There's another section here with just chairs. Obviously they have events on. If there's anybody with me in here, let your presence be known. Please make a sound. Knock. Tap on something. You need a car just driving past outside. I don't know if that's picked up on mic. Oh, loose bit of material there. In fact, they've kept these chairs up here for so long. Look, they've kept these chairs. You wouldn't sit on that, would you? Not when the bats have been around, and they live up there somewhere. And a little bit of me was more worried about getting hit by bats than ghosts. And oh, look at this! I've seen. Is that real? I think that is. It looks like a sheep, maybe a ram, a skull. Oh, look at that as well. Stuffed animals. It is creepy, I'm not going to lie, it is very creepy in here. Let me know of your presence, please. Just tap on something. Let me just show you. I'm just going to kick this wall. If you can replicate that. Maybe you could whistle. I'll show you how. If you can do this. I've got a feeling that we might need to get some of the... I've done that again. We might need to get some of the gadgetry out. The spirit box. The EMF K2 meter. We need to get up here and investigate it. If there's anybody in here tonight, speak into this box. We'll ask you some questions. Off we go. Is there anybody present with us up here in this attic? This creepy old attic in Kielder Castle. Come and talk to me. Say hello. back up. Are you with me here tonight? Can you come and talk to the box? Say your name. Let's turn that volume even higher. Did you die in this place? It sounds like it wants to say something. It wants to say something. Is your name Anthony? Did you die in a hunting accident in this part of the world? Are you Edward? The horrible Edward Ball who died up in the attics, possibly around the other side, but maybe you roam the building. Are you the Grey Lady? Charlotte? Or Sir Henry? Come and say hello to us. Maybe you were here before Kielder Castle was built. Maybe when this was an old burial site, an old settlement. We know there was a Rotterdini settlement in here many thousands of years ago, long before the Romans came to Britain. Do you haunt this area? Look at the size of that shovel. Look at the size of that shovel. I'm also conscious I'm walking on bat poo. Let me know you're with us. Please don't let me be alone in this incredible place. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move on to another section of the building. But I tell you what, we're not getting a lot in here tonight. Maybe where we go next could be better.
The gentleman's social area was very quiet, so I headed round to the other side of the castle to the servants' living quarters. It is in this section where the ghostly apparition of a woman has been seen.
So I'm in the servants' living quarters here in Kielder Castle, and this is probably the most active part of the castle that we're going to go into tonight. So I'm going to show you a little bit around. This is the bit where there would have been a fireplace and where most of the sightings take place, and then you've got the actual bit where they would sleep just through there. So if you just have a little look around, you can see the room that we're in. We've got this old fireplace just here. You know, you see it's all bricked up now. This is possibly what I think could be the fireplace where we heard that legend of the baby that was put onto the fire, its bones crushed up. This could be it. I don't know the exact fireplace, nobody knows for sure, but it could be around here. There's also the story of the servant called Emma. What the hell is that? Could that be a bat? I don't know if you heard that, but that was weird. That was weird. That was definitely weird. So this is the story. I heard it again. I just heard that again. We talked about the window in which the servant is seen. There is actually a mannequin here now. This is it, placed in the window where she is also said to look out. So I'm going to just show you the bedrooms. So you've got through here. This is the room where the ghost of Charlotte is said to be seen. She walks from this room. Again, there's another fireplace just there. She walks through here, and this is the bit where she's seen coming through this very doorway. And this, of course, is Emma's original room. Again, another fireplace. I don't know which fireplace was the one that was used to discard the baby bones, but oh, look at that, some teeth. I think they're fake teeth. So let's do this then. Let's wrap this up and find out what is up here. Are you Charlotte? Are you Emma? Did you have a baby up here and keep it secret because you didn't want Sir Henry to know? Obviously it was going to cost you your job. If you are up here and you're present in this part of the building, let me know. Make a tapping sound. I'll stand still. Go through here. I definitely convinced there's some sort of bat up here. It's squeaking. There. I heard it. Didn't like that. I think there's definitely bats in there. Let's go to where Charlotte is here in this room. This very room. The room. I'm hearing bats up there. What is this window? I do not know what that is. Very strange. If you're in here as an energy, as a spirit, let me know. Let me know that you're here. Make a noise, a tap, some sort of bang. Charlotte, your ghost is said to be seen in this doorway. Can you close the door? Can you make something move? Can you imagine this? Someone's living quarters. She lived in here. She got pregnant in this room. Charlotte or Emma, if you're in this part of Kielder Castle, let me know. Show yourself. It would be amazing if we could see you. If we could see what you look like. Tap. Bang. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring out the good old EMF meter and put that down on the table. As you can see, it's just there. Currently, just a green light on. It's not a table actually. It's a barrel. If you are in this room and maybe you can't physically tap or bang on something, come to this object, stand in front of it, touch it, put your energy into it. Can you come and touch this K2 meter? It'll light up and it'll let me know that you're here. I'm going to walk around. They really have let the upstairs quarters of this place just go to ruin. And it's such a sad thing because Kielder Castle is there's so much. I wouldn't say it's the most historic castle, but there's so much to it that has potential to be used. And as you can see on the, we've got the EMF meter. Can you light this up? Can you touch the EMF meter? I wonder if we take it through to where she's seen by the window. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Excuse me. So I'm just going to put it down here. There we go. The EMF meter is by the window. There is a mannequin. I think someone's put that there for a joke. But this is the window, the exact window where people claim to have seen the face when there's been nobody up here. This is a section of Kielder Castle that is out of bounds to members of the public. We've got a little cabinet there. Rattles. Got some bird feathers down there as well. If you're here by this window, I know there's a mannequin or a skeleton or whatever that is. Come and touch this grey box. Again. Over here. Over here. By this window. I'm sure it's a bat. It's gonna be a bat squeaking. I do not know what that was. There's the EMF meter. Come on, if you're Charlotte or Emma, or you were any of the maids here. What about Edward? Edward Ball. You were a nasty man. You've been seen in this place many times. Oh, that was me. Oh, look at this. Some animal remains. There's that noise again. It's got to be bats. Has to be bats. If you're in here, please come to this grey box I've just put down on the windowsill and make the lights flash. Are you Anthony Green? Died after staying here. Are you Anthony Green, who died in a hunting accident when a rifle exploded in his face? Horrible death. It's funny, people think that you've got to have thousands of years of history to have a good ghost story, and yeah, we've got a couple of 100 years of history here. Nearly 300 years of history. It's Kielder. Not as much as many castles in the area that have been here for thousands of years, that have seen battles and conquests, but this place has its fair share of gory death. I'm not getting much off the EMF meter here. I'm going to take that away. Come on, it's your last chance to show yourselves. It's your last chance. Another doorway, look at this. This is a form of doorway you can see, which would have led through to... There's that noise again. It has to be bats, hasn't it? It's got to be bats. is that noise? What is that noise? Bats would hang, wouldn't they, upside down? It's coming from this window. I've been hearing it up here for the last... There we go. There it is again. Come on, last chance. Charlotte, we know you haunt this part. These parts of Kielder Castle. We know that you're up here with Emma, maybe other maids. Last chance to show yourselves. Please, can you do it for me? One last chance. One last chance up here. And then I promise, I pinky promise, I promise with everything, I'll leave you in peace to go and whatever you want. Last chance. This chair in the middle of the room is very ominous, isn't it? And you've got this fireplace all bricked up. It's almost like this part of the castle has been forgotten about, yet so much history has gone on. So many tales and sad lives lived between these walls. People fell pregnant and couldn't keep their baby. Imagine that. The natural mother instinct in not being able to have a baby that she knew that she was going to love. Or even having a partner that she was madly in love with that was quite heavily frowned upon. It's very sad. Very, very sad. And Emma, I completely feel for you. I tell you what, I'm going to leave you in peace. I'm going to go and, in fact, I'm going to visit the well where sadly you took your life on a very sad day many years ago. Okay guys, we've come outside of Kielder Castle and I'm not going to lie, it's absolutely freezing out here. I've got the castle behind me which you can't see because it's so dark, but I'm going to take you to a little spot where the final thing to show you here in Kielder. So let me just turn this around and get the camera down. So if you go for a little wander out here, you might not be able to see much. But we told you the story about Emma. Emma was the servant who killed herself. And she did that by walking down here one night, close to where her spirit has been seen on several occasions in this area outside. I know it's so dark you can't see much, but here it is, the well where Emma the maid came to this exact spot. You can see the well right here. Now obviously 2020, that has been filled in. It doesn't go down to the depth that it did before, but she climbed and you can see it's not very tall. Probably contemplated it, sat on the edge and killed herself in this exact well. Sad story with a very sad ending. And on that note, I hope you've enjoyed the video from Kielder. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel. Plenty more content where that came from. But until next time, and on that sad note, it's time to say goodbye.
Kielder might not have been the most active paranormal investigation we've done, but it is still a fantastic place to come and visit. Like and share for more content. Until next time, good night.